What's up, you guys, and welcome back again to my channel. Today, we are going to be farming these giant trees right here. This is the larger farm of the spruce tree. If you didn't know that the spruce tree can grow like this, and you didn't know that you could farm it, stay tuned after this short intro and we'll get started. Guys, if you liked the video, please head down to the bottom, click that like button. Head down to the comments. Let me know how I did. If you have any questions, put it in there. If you know anybody else that likes this kind of thing, please share the channel with them. It really helps my channel grow. And guys, always subscribe, especially if you want to see more videos. Alright, stay tuned. We'll be back in just a second. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. So, we previously made another video on just spruce, just regular old spruce, and how to farm the regular spruce tree, which is almost exactly like this. You get all the same stuff, except, okay, this one is a little bit different. Now, I said in the beginning that this was going to be a spruce farm, but a byproduct of this spruce farm is podzol, okay? And whenever you plant these big giant spruce trees, and as soon as they grow from their saplings, they spawn this stuff down underneath them, okay? And I will make another video on how to harvest and how to quote unquote farm this stuff, okay? But this episode is more or less about the big giant spruce trees. So this is another one of those big giant trees that spawn in Minecraft. And actually this one will tie and get as big, the same height as the jungle tree. Did you guys know that? That this and the jungle tree are both the tallest trees, meaning they both will climb to the same height and are the tallest trees in the game. Which ideally should mean that you get the most amount of wood from each and every plant. Now, these ones are difficult, okay? Because you have to climb them to harvest them, okay? Because you cannot reach the very top from where you're standing at the ground. So to harvest these, and I have a special way to do it, and I'll show you just a minute. And to harvest these, basically what you have to do is you have to make your way to the top. So there's a couple of ways you can do that. One is you can either build and bring some ladder structures with you and climb, but then the leaves run in your way. You could, use your elytra and land on the top. You could, oh geez, what else can you do? You could grow some vines on the trees, and that would help. However, once you getting to the leaf blocks, you'll be stopped. So my favorite way to harvest these trees, and you guys are going to love this, is to harvest as you go up. That means you're going to break that one. Oops, my axe is a little bit too fast for me. So let's start from here, actually. We'll start there, and then we'll go up one. Oh, break one block. So we have a 2 opening. Break one more, and then we have a 3 opening, see? So we'll need that on there too. So 3 here, go up a block. 3 here, go up a block. Then you'll go 3 here, go up a block. And you should be able to do this in a circle all the way to the top of the tree. Just like that. And you basically spiral, cutting 3 blocks at a time to help you harvest and go up all at once. In this, you don't need to bring anything with you other than an axe. And you really don't even need an axe. Let me show you. If you didn't have any tools, You could harvest this with your hands, and it'll still drop the wood, and it'll just take a lot longer. And you could still work your way up the tree. It just takes a little bit longer. So if you have an axe, definitely use it, and then spiral your way up the tree like so. Okay, and once you have a good feeling of how to do this, you could go a little bit quicker, and then you reach the top just like this. Now let me show you the trick for going down. Stand with your crosshairs right in the middle. Okay, make sure your feet are in the middle. Okay, just like so. And then spin and oops. My axe is too fast for me. But you spin and harvest one block at a time to come all the way to the ground. And then your leaves will slowly despawn because the whole trunk is gone. And then as they fall, as the leaves despawn, these saplings will start to show up. Just like that. And you'll notice, because there's so many leaves, that it drops a ton of these saplings. Some of them will get caught up there because they fall on top of the leaves that are just below them. And just like every other tree, you want to try not to plant until all of those leaves have despawned, because one, you could spawn a tree in the middle of all those leaves, and then you won't get the number of saplings and sticks and everything else that you could possibly get. Okay, so you want to wait until all of the items have fallen from the tree. That way you get your full harvest, and then you can go through and plant it. And then the way you plant it, and I don't want to plant underneath that one, so I will plant somewhere else. Let me find a spot. Here, this looks like a good spot right here. So let me move some of this dirt out of my way. And so I can show you. When you plant these, you want to plant them in a group of 4. Just like all the other big trees in this game. Whenever you plant them, you want to make sure they are in a 4 grouping. Now let's talk about distance. Okay? Each one of these trees needs a good amount of space. Okay, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 blocks away from the trunk on each side. What's this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need at least 4 blocks of spacing, it looks like, to make sure you have enough space. This one, 1, 2. This one only spawned 3. How many is this one? 1, 2, 3. This one's 4. Okay, so at least 4 spacing in between trees. That means if you want that gap that I've told you before, for example, this one, you would need 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the end of this tree. You'll leave one blank one. Then you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can plant right here. Okay, just like in that area right there. I went one farther just to be sure because I really wasn't sure. Okay. And so I went 10 spaces, but 9 should be way more than enough. Okay. And then you'll have plenty of space between your trees, and then you'll have a gap between them, and you won't have to worry about dropping multiple trees at once. You can drop one tree at a time, and then you'll get the leaves to all despawn because it's not connected to another tree, and then your farm will work great. Remember, on all sides. So the back side as well. If this is the trunk, these 4 spots right here would be the trunk. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Blank spot, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can plant your tree over there. Okay. Notice how I have items up here waiting on top of leaf blocks. And that's why part of the reason why you want to wait until all the leaves despawn so that you can collect all of your harvest. Okay, and your harvest isn't just wood. Okay, it's sticks, it's saplings, it's all kinds of stuff. Okay. Now I want to tell you a little bit about why this would be or wouldn't be my favorite tree. Now I've said this many times, you guys, in the past. What is my favorite tree? And over and over and over, I've told you guys my favorite tree is the birch sapling, the birch tree, basically. And the reason I like the birch tree is because it is the simplest tree to farm, and you get the most from it. For example, a birch tree you can harvest straight from the ground. It only grows straight up and down. The trunk doesn't curve, it doesn't go sideways, it doesn't split off into branches. Okay? The next reason I like birch is because it's a nice light colored wood. Third reason is because it drops almost all of the loot that I need. The only thing it doesn't drop is the apple. However, there is no tree that I like that drops the apple. Everything else that the other trees drop, I feel like I can get from the birch tree. Other reasons I like it is the color of the leaves, right? The color of the bark. If I didn't want the bark coloring, then I could strip it off, and it makes a completely new looking wood. Those are reasons I like the birch tree. Now, let me talk about why I would like this tree. This tree, the spruce, I don't much like the color of the wood. The bark looks really good, but the wood color itself, I don't like as much. If I was going more of a dark colored wood, I would go with the dark oak in preference to this spruce. Okay. I would say that I like this tree because it's a giant tree that only goes straight up and down. I would say out of all of the giant trees in Minecraft, this spruce tree would be my favorite one. Just because it grows straight up and down, it makes it easy to harvest in that sense. Okay. I would say out of the giant trees, that this tree also, it makes it easier to harvest the leaves. Okay. Compared to the other trees, though, I think I would prefer the smaller spruce tree, just because it's a little bit easier to get the spruce from the smaller spruce trees. Let's see here. Reasons I dislike this tree. That's a lot easier. The reasons I don't like it. Oh, look here, it grew already, and I didn't even want it to. All right. Well, let me cut it down. Reasons I don't like this spruce tree are because I cannot harvest it like that. I have to climb the tree to harvest it. Okay? And then I also don't like it because it takes a while to harvest. I like it. I do like it though because you get so much wood. That's another great reason to have this tree. Okay? One tree and knock down one tree and you've got yourself a good half stack or full stack of wood, just depending on the size, right? Let's see, what else can I think of? I think that's it. Those are the reasons I don't like and do like this tree. Like I said before, out of the taller trees, this would be my favorite one. And when it comes to wood color, though, if it was strictly on wood color, I would go with the dark oak. But for harvesting and wood purposes, I would go with this tree over the other giant trees. Anyway, if you guys have any of your own comments about the large spruce tree, please leave it down in the comments. Maybe I forgot something. Maybe I didn't say something. Maybe you know something that I don't know. Leave it down in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And if you want to see more videos just like this, please subscribe to my channel. Guys, if you know anybody else that likes this kind of thing, please share my channel with them. It really helps my channel grow, and we'll see you guys next time. Later.